Hey, Viking fans, it was the night before the game. Not a creature was stirring, not even the Purple Hulk. Get ready for SKOL World After Dark in 3, 2, 1. Hey, SKOL brothers and sisters, welcome to Minnesota Sports Talk. This is SKOL World. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at SKOL World. You can also follow me on the Purple Pocket Podcast. We go live two or three times a week. We'll probably be going live tomorrow night after the game. Now, also, we do a live show on the Purple Code. That is over on Facebook, but it also is the Purple Code on YouTube and Twitter. So catch us out live every Tuesday, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. We go live. It's a great show. A little more structured than most of our live shows. It's a good time. We still interact with the listeners. So catch us then. Now let's get started. I want to talk about players and things leading into the game tomorrow that I am looking for. And you know, don't know why they do this, but sure enough, we got Brandon Ayuk. I'm going to start off with that. Got Brandon Ayuk. He says, just rather go up against the best defense in the league. That's all I'm saying. Well, I mean, we're not the best defense in the league. He's just saying, I think there was some talk about him not being too impressed with us. So, I'm going to be looking for how Brandon Ayuk, up-and-coming wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, handles himself against, our secondary, which leads me to this. Chris Thomason, Vikings, Andrew Booth said favorite cornerback was Darrelle Revis, a shutdown corner. Booth was asked if that description might one day fit him. Indeed, believe it. Because I'm going to get on my game, and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get on my technique. We'll see after this season. I am on record saying currently he's the only guy I believe that has the talent to be a shutdown corner. And I agree, man. You just got to get that technique, eliminate penalties, and you're going to be that shutdown corner that I believe you will be. Now, let's, I want to talk about this right here. Kirk Cousins, who turns 34 today on the 19th. If you're watching this on the 20th, you missed it. But Kirk Cousins, who turns 34 today, is in line on September 11th to start his 5th straight Vikings season opener. The most for a Minnesota quarterback since Dante Culpepper had 6 straight from 2000 to 2005. Vikings record is 7 in a row by Fran Tarkenton, 1972 to 78. Of course, that was his second stint with us. And 3 Super Bowl appearances. So, moving forward, Fran Tarkenton, he had his first Super Bowl appearance at age 33. Hopefully, Kirk Cousins going to have his at 34. Well, that's saying something. This is the most steady we've been at quarterback since Dante Culpepper. And we know what happened there. He got injured. He wasn't the same. He barely played again. He went to Miami. Then he was at the Lions. Then he was in I forget, the USFL maybe appeared, or it was a summer league. He actually was a quarterback for a team that Denny Green was the coach of, and you could see him doing the role. It was pretty entertaining, and I think that lasted one season. Well, Dante Culper senior on the team more. Denny Green unfortunately passed away. But, this is Kirk Cousins being the most tenured quarterback as far as seasons go. Dante Culpepper. Then he'd be in second place when he starts next year. And then first place if he signs an extension. It's actually pretty incredible to have this much, security at the position, considering how divisive he is of the Viking community. I still think it's a vocal minority that doesn't feel like Cousins is the answer. But winning will solve everything. And I think this year Cousins will have that opportunity. I'm not looking for him much tomorrow. I don't feel like it's a storyline tomorrow. I just wanted to wish him a happy birthday. And this is quite an accomplishment. 5 straight seasons with the Vikings when only 3 people have ever done it. So I'll be looking for Kellen Mond as our safety net. See how he does. Make us feel a little bit easy if we didn't have a Cousins to start a game once this year, and potentially the future. Who knows? Maybe he is our future once Cousins leaves, but we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. That's his next stepping stone at being, thought of as a heir apparent to Kirk Cousins, or just a solid number 2 that we hope he can be for us. He played well last game. No doubts about it. Stop it with that first drive. He had a couple bad throws in that red zone, but after that, he was solid the rest of the game. I'm looking for him to take a step forward. I want him to be our number 2. Now, Andrew Booth Jr., I read you the tweets. He's going to hopefully be our shutdown corner. I want to see tomorrow that he plays clean game, and he acts like a shutdown corner. I want him going up against their best receivers, and I want him going up against, and shutting down for sure their backups. I want him to be solid. I don't want, and now, SKOL Mafia, who listens to me, he brought up the fact that his stats showed that he was a shutdown corner in that last game. So hopefully he continues to play like that. I don't get to see the all 22 film that I could make good judgments of Andrew Booth Jr. Just that penalty in the beginning of the game just sticks out in your mind, where his 36 gave him 36 yards. Can't have that happen. Puts us behind the 8 ball. Now, but 2 other guys I want to see that I think probably struggled and didn't really stand out in this joint practice with San Francisco was these 2 guys. I want them to take a step forward. Show us today, or show us tomorrow on Saturday, that these guys are our starters. If they get in the game, if they both get in the game, I want to show us what you got. Tell Ayuk to, what you think of his statement, dissing our defense. Peterson, he was pretty congenial to Ayuk, saying he was a really good up-and-coming, good wide receiver. But shut him up, guys. Get out there and shut him up. Even though it's a preseason game, show us what you got. Make us feel a little bit better about our defensive back situation. I believe a publication just recently ranked us like 22nd at corner, maybe even lower than that. So, guys, step it up. I want to see it tomorrow. That's what I'm going to be looking for, is seeing how our secondary does. I still feel pretty good about our safeties. I am still got question marks on our cornerbacks. And honestly, these 2 guys are fighting for their starting jobs. I think with Andrew Booth Jr. very capable of replacing them. This guy. Now, apparently, someone said it was a core injury, but I don't know. That was just a listener. And I recently read somewhere that it was an ankle, but they sat him out of joint practice in hopes that he would play in the game on Saturday, and I hope so. I would love to see this. Now, if we could stash him on the IR for 6 games, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But because I don't want to lose him to a cut. Now, if he is injured and you already love him, stashing him might be a good thing. An injury list. But I think the Vikings really want him for the season. Otherwise, they wouldn't be talking about playing him. They would just save a cut and put him on the IR. It's that's something they could do. So, Kenny Nwangu, also another guy. I got him on this picture receiving a pass. He did that in the game, and he looked great doing it. That was my only concern with Kenny. His vision, but honestly, both were pretty accurate, or pretty acceptable, in that I think he can catch the ball, and he's got decent enough vision He's got breakaway speed just like Ty Chandler does. Kenny's probably even faster. And if he could show what he did, do the same thing last week, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about it. Now, I'm kind of hoping Kenny and Ty Chandler both make the team. I think Kenny automatically does because of kick return ability. But Ty Chandler, I hope he makes the team too. I don't want to cut him. But again, if he's an IR stash for 6 weeks, I won't be too bad either. Here's the deal. Wide receivers. I don't even know who's going to make the fifth or sixth receiver. I have no idea. And those are going to be positions that we're going to use. You got ISM probably at 4. Well, so let's start out with, you got Jefferson. You got Adam Thielen. You got KJ Osborne. I think both those guys are interchangeable. All three of those guys can play the slot. KJ Osborne, I think, is more made for it. I don't think he's as good out in the outside, so I think that maybe he is his limiting factor. But all three of these guys, I think we got one number 1 and 2 number 2s. I do, and we may even have 3 number 2s because ISM number 4 is a playmaker too. So I think we got 1 number 1 and 3 number 2s, and that's as deep as you're gonna get. I did see, I think it's ESPN ranked our position group 3rd, which is a hell of a lot better than PFF ranking us 15th. So they were a little more congenial to us. Now, after that, Tristan Jackson looks pretty good. Olabisi Johnson is still well thought of, even though he had 3 targets and no catches. Jalen Naylor, up and coming. I have said that I think you can get him through waivers and onto the practice squad. I don't want to chance it, but who knows. And then Myron Mitchell. All he does is dive and make catches in college, and the first catch of this preseason, that's what he did. All of those guys have talent. All of them do. And that's not even counting number 25. He had 2 touchdowns last week. Come on. We got just so much talent. We have 5 guys fighting for 2 positions. And no matter who gets cut, you're going to feel sad. All of them can play. Now, finally, I'm going to end it with the man, Ed Ingram. He has shown that he's the starter. I want to solidify that this week with you balling out, being a man-child, walling off defenders and open up those lanes. You're going to be playing with the ones. And if I expect you to do good things, and I have no doubt that this guy is going to be our starting. He was drafted to be our starting guard. There's no doubt in my mind. Drafting him in the second round, he was going to be the starting guard. They gave him some time to figure things out, and once they realized he did, they didn't hesitate, and he is our starting guard, no doubt about it. Jesse Davis will be an okay backup for us. Starting right guard. They don't even think about putting Chris Reed over there anymore. They moved him to the left side. This is how much they think of. They don't need any more competition because he is it. He's the right guard over there. But I do want to see guys like Hinton and Schlottman and Chris Reed. Elbow injury. Hopefully he can play. And then Jesse Davis. I want to see them solidify that. Now, we do need a backup left tackle, right tackle, swing tackle, and, Brandel and Oliudo. I just want to see what the line does because we need an average line and an average defense, and we can be the Rams of 2021, 22 Super Bowl. We just need to meet, an average offensive line and an average defense, and this team can go all the way. Because our offense is going to be that good. Now that's it. That's SKOL After Dark. I appreciate you listening. This is SKOL World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and comment. You'll be entered into a contest. I want to give free stuff away again on the Green Bay Packer game. So make sure you hit subscribe, like, and comment. The rules are in the description below. I'm out of here. SKOL Vikings. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. SKOL Vikes.